What's up, guys? Just wanted to touch base with you and talk a little bit about Lightsworn and the new support that they're getting at the end of this month. There was a confirmation of the effect of Lightsworn Sanctuary that we've been waiting on for a little bit. They got a continuous spell card. If you guys don't know what it does, basically you can discard a Lightsworn monster to add a Lightsworn of a different name from your grave back to your hand. And then its secondary effect is when a card or cards is sent from your deck to the grave, you can put one shine counter on this face-up continuous spell. And if a Lightsworn card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can remove 2 of those shine counters from this card instead. So basically, they said that this card was going to address one of the main weaknesses of the deck, which was sending cards to the grave that you don't want to send. I don't think this really addresses that issue. I think that it could have been done in a better way. I was sort of expecting this spell to get some sort of effect when it's milled, because that is one of the biggest weaknesses of the deck, is milling all of your good spell and traps, and sometimes the wrong monsters. That's not so much of an issue, since most builds like mine use Eclipse Wyvern for added consistency, so you don't mill your Judgment Dragons. And you're playing things like Dragon Rollers, which are just as useful in the grave as they are in your hand. So I really don't think that the monster side of the deck is that much of a problem as far as milling cards that you didn't want to mill necessarily. And this card doesn't really address the problem of spells and traps that get milled. I was hoping for it to have some sort of effect when it gets milled, maybe sort of like Lightsworn Saber, without being really shitty like Lightsworn Saber is. Oddly enough, this deck does work with the Realm of Light, which, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, you should be, because it's the awful field spell that Lightsworns have that no one uses because it's so bad. But it does use shine counters, so you could potentially use the field spell at your own risk and take the shine counters off of the field spell instead of off of the Lightsworn Sanctuary, because it does say you can remove 2 shine counters from your side of the field. I think that the card is really lackluster. All the other cards, the new Lightsworn cards that we're getting with this structure deck, are really, really good. Minerva speeds up your milling. Raiden gives you a monster that can mill during your turn instead of at the end of your turn. And they're both tuners, which open you up to level 7s and level 8 synchros, which is really going to help the deck out, since they are getting a synchro monster, a level 7 Michael, the Arch-Lightsworn, who is really good. You pay 1,000 life points to banish a card on the field, and when he gets sent to the grave, you can shuffle any number of Lightsworns back into your deck and gain 300 life points for each Lightsworn shuffled that way. I think that Michael is amazing. I think he's probably one of the best additions to the deck. Obviously, you need Raiden, Minerva, and Felice, because he's a synchro, and Lightsworns did not have a tuner monster prior to this structure deck. I am still really excited about the structure deck. I think that the monsters that we're getting are really good, even though we most likely will not be getting Felice. They didn't get them in the structure deck in OCG. Felice came out afterwards as a V-Jump card. So we'll probably get it sometime down the road, or to be something similar to how we got Stardust Spark or Archfiend Commander. Might be some sort of special magazine or Shonen Jump that we get this card out of. But I think for now we'll be alright with just Raiden and Minerva. I think that they'll do well in the deck. I think that the deck will definitely be better after that. Unfortunately, I don't think the deck is going to be relevant in the meta. It's just not the right meta for Lightsworns. There's too many fire hands, too many moral techs, there's too much summon negation, basically. For the deck to really do well, you basically have to have Rule Decree and be able to burn one of their fire hands with your first JD, and hope that they don't have anything else to stop you. But I think the deck is a lot of fun. I've played it for a really long time. It's the deck that I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! With. I really enjoy playing the deck, and I'm glad to see new support coming out for it. I just think that Lightsworn Sanctuary wasn't really what the deck needed, or what I had hoped for whenever they sort of teased us with the name and some basics of the card. But now that the effect is announced, I just wanted to discuss with you guys a little bit about it, let you know how I feel about the card and its place in the deck. I'd like to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.